Hello there. Thank you for visiting iFilm Recap. Today I'm going to explain a movie, Jurassic World, Dominion. 4 years after dinosaurs were released in the central area, people have needed to change in accordance with their presence. The Mosasaurus is seen pulling a fishing boat down in the wake of getting its enclosure of fish with its jaws. Many individuals have passed on from dino-related occurrences, and keeping in mind that many figure the ancient creatures ought to be undeniably killed off. Others have tracked down away in the black market to sell and disseminate caught all of ancient creatures unlawfully. The public authority gives control to Biosyn Genetics, an organization driven by Louis Dodgson, with the guarantee to keep the dinosaurs held at a sanctuary in Italy's Dolomite Mountains, to additional examine them for drug purposes. News inclusion likewise takes note of the fact that Maisie Lockwood has vanished after her real essence as a clone was unveiled. At a facility in Nevada, Claire Deering and Zia Rodriguez save a child dinosaur from an unlawful breeding site. They join Franklin Webb as they get away in a van, yet safety officers pursue them until the three figure out how to lose them. Franklin and Zia tell Claire they can never again keep this kind of work up, and keeping in mind that they support Claire and her undertakings, they are moving on to occupations that are more secure for them. Someplace close to the cold mountains in Nevada, Owen Grady is riding a horse to fight a huge dinosaur. After he's finished, he returns to the lodge that he shares with Claire and Maisie, as he and Claire are currently her new parents. In spite of the fact that Maisie likes to wander from home and witness the dinosaurs ashore, Claire and Owen attempt to keep her concealed for fear that somebody is after her. This makes her get irritated with them, and she has additionally become inquisitive about Charlotte Lockwood, whom she was cloned from. Sufficiently sure, hired soldiers driven by Rain Delacourt are keeping an eye on them in the forest, Maisie being their target. Not a long way from the lodge, Blue, the raptor, has asexually reproduced a child, who Maisie later names Beta. They go hunting together. In Texas, 2 kids are pursued by a tremendous multitude of large grasshoppers or locusts. This is brought to the attention of paleobotanist Ellie Sattler. She investigates the farm, where the locusts attacked and ate up all the crops. Ellie is let by the kids' mom to know that the neighboring crops, which were untouched by the locusts, are planted by Biosyn. Ellie reunites with Dr. Alan Grant, who is working with other aspiring paleontologists. She carries a caught locust to him and explains the situation, expecting that assuming they spread, they might wreck the food chain. Alan and Ellie figure that Biosyn probably made them, so their yields are that of the remaining parts. Ellie needs to get DNA from one more locust at the Biosyn sanctuary and requests Alan's assistance. She was at that point welcomed by their close buddy, Dr. Ian Malcolm. Regardless of showing some reluctance, Alan at last consents to join. Back at the lodge, Blue and Beta happen upon Owen, Claire, and Maisie. They are undeniably shocked to see Blue has become a mother. The mercenaries soon make their move and catch Beta. Maisie rides her bicycle across the bridge and is additionally taken by the reprobates. Owen sees this and gets Claire to pursue them. Claire says she realizes who can help them. Claire contacts Franklin, who currently works for the CIA. He assists them with getting data on Delacourt and directs them toward Owen's previous colleague at Jurassic World, Barry Sembine, who can assist with taking them to any place the hired fighters are taking Maisie and Beta. Alan and Ellie show up at the sanctuary and meet Ramsey Cole, Biosyn's head of communications. He acquaints them with Dodgson, who promises they are working on something revolutionary and groundbreaking. Alan and Ellie are accompanied to find Ian giving a talk. A short time later, he goes along with them and prudently lets Ellie know that the locusts are indeed part of a sinister scheme by Biosyn. In the meantime, Dodgson meets with Dr. Henry Wu, who has since become remorseful of his actions in helping keep these experiments going, as he takes note of the fact that the locusts have developed at an alarming rate. In Malta, a partner of Dodgson's, Sonoya Santos, calls him to say that Maisie and Beta have been moved independently to Biosyn HQ. Owen and Claire additionally show up and rejoin with Barry. He carries them to a black market dinosaur ring, where creatures are being sold, eaten, or compelled to battle. Claire meets Kayla Watts, a pilot who flies for the sellers. She cautions Claire about screwing with anybody there, yet in the long run, consents to assist Claire with tracking down Maisie. As this occurs, Owen and Barry stay stowed away, and witness Delacourt meeting with Santos to pirate Atrociraptors. The two face and battle Delacourt and his men. Owen orders him to say where Maisie and Beta are, and he simply gives him Santos' name, before he gets eaten by dinosaurs in the battling ring. Claire fights Santos, and discovers that Maisie is set out toward Biosyn, and she surpasses a free dinosaur prior to joining Kayla. Barry captures Santos, however, not before she sicks one of her dinosaurs on Owen, who is riding a cruiser, to find Claire and Kayla. He figures out how to get onto Kayla's plane, similarly, as she is preparing to take off with Claire, and Owen utilizes the bike to knock the dino off the incline and into the sea. Maisie shows up at HQ and meets Wu. He makes sense of her, that while she is a clone of Charlotte's, she is likewise her real girl, since she brought forth her. Maisie watches a video film of Charlotte, and sees when she was pregnant with Maisie. Charlotte experienced a hereditary sickness, however. She figured out how to change Maisie's DNA, to eliminate all hints of the infection. Wu trusts that by concentrating on Maisie's DNA, he can reverse the locust outbreak by altering their DNA. Alan and Ellie slip into the regulation space for the insects to get a DNA test, similarly, as Maisie attempts to escape with Beta. Dodgson sounds the caution, which makes the locust swarm around Alan and Ellie. However, they figure out how to get out securely. They meet Maisie, who can say for sure what their identity is. She goes along with them as they run. They are found by Ramsey, who consents to help them, since he views Biosyn's work as unscrupulous. He sends them away in a monorail, to somewhere safe and secure. Ellie lets Maisie know that she knew Charlotte as an understudy, and says she was a splendid and kind individual. In the air, Kayla's plane is gone after by a genuine Quetzalcoatlus, constraining Claire to launch and fall into the trees, after they tear her parachute. Owen and Kayla collide with a nearby ice lake. They endeavor to securely advance across it, however, are pursued by another dinosaur. The two make it across in the nick of time, and go to migrate Claire. She gets down from the tree, yet needs to discreetly sidestep a pyroraptor that has been following her in the woodland. Owen and Kayla stow away, as the T-Rex shows up to eat. However, she is held off by a Giganotosaurus, a much bigger hunter. They figure out how to get to Claire. Alan, Ellie, and Maisie are clearing their path through sinkholes, and find dinosaurs going after, provoking them to run, until they make it outside. In the interim, Ian verbally smacks Dodgson around for his activities, and Dodgson fires him. Ian works with Ramsey to return to Ian's companions. He assists them with getting away from the dinosaurs by liberating them from the walled area. Dodgson then, at that point, burns down the locust lab to annihilate proof. The flaring insects break free and start flying out of the dark. Alan, Ellie, Ian, and Maisie endeavor to beat an enormous dinosaur in a van, however, are thumped down a slope. Fortunately, they land close to Owen, Claire, and Kayla, rejoining the previous two with Maisie. Claire likewise will meet Ellie while Owen meets Alan. The gathering is then followed by the Giganotosaurus, who nearly gets Maisie, yet she gets away. Ian fends it off by throwing a burning cloth into its mouth. While the legends work on an escape plan, Biosyn begins to catch fire, forcing the employees to escape. Dodgson endeavors to snatch his work, and Ramsey lets him know off one final time prior to leaving. Dodgson endeavors to move away in the monorail, yet is cornered by a triplet of Dilophosaurus, who makes a feast out of him. Beta happens upon the legends and is calmed so they can securely bring her along. They are likewise found by Wu, who has figured out how to change the locust's DNA to stop the spread. Similarly, as the gathering readies their leave, the Giganotosaurus returns, yet is then gotten between the T-Rex and a Therizinosaurus. The people escape to stay away from the dino fights, and it closes when the T-Rex drives the Giganotosaurus into the Therizinosaurus hooks. After getting back to somewhere safe and secure, Alan and Ellie revive their sentiment, and later head to Washington, D.C., to affirm against Biosyn. Wu's work is a triumph and stops the locust from spreading. Owen, Claire, and Maisie get back and rejoin Beta with Blue. Prior to withdrawing once more into the woodland, Blue offers one final look with Owen. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more movie recaps.